Terrebonne Parish School District is now hiring bus drivers. A valid CDL is required. If you don't have a CDL, we have paid training available. You must be able to pass a medical health exam and a drug test. Our salary range is very competitive with similar jobs starting at $26 per hour. Benefits include free health insurance and retirement. Contact the TPSD Transportation Office at 876-7400 or apply online at www.tpsd.org.
A new company with a lot of history. GIS Engineering has rapidly grown its brand around an experienced team of professionals. GIS Engineering is a full-service planning, engineering, procurement, and construction management company specializing in coastal protection and restoration, upstream and downstream industrial, and transportation infrastructure projects. Putting people first, GIS Engineering, a new company with a lot of history.
Good evening and welcome to our show, Going Public. I'm Renee Fossica, and joining us tonight is Mark Torbert, the Child Welfare and Attendance Director for the Terrebonne Parish School District. Recently, the Terrebonne Parish School District has updated the uniform policy for the upcoming school year. I want to thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
And I know most recently, as in pretty much yesterday, the board did make some changes for the upcoming school year. When was the new guideline, well, when are the new guidelines going to be implemented?
Okay, yeah, thank you again for having me.
Mm-hmm.
The new guidelines are going to be in place for the next school year, the 25-26 school year.
And then why was the bag guidelines placed in the general dress code policy?
Okay, good question. Thank you for asking it. We felt like the community was used to the consequences of the dress code and the process or procedure to correct. If there's infractions, that can be corrected. So instead of trying to add something else for either students, parents, school staff to get used to, that it was an easy fix or easy fit for to put it in the policy itself.
And can you go over what the policy is going to state?
Sure. So bottom line is that students from K to 12 will be allowed to have a clear or mesh school bag. Now, having said that, it can be tinted or not. Some districts that have the policy, they've been specific enough to where they didn't want any kind of tint. Whereas in our case, we felt if you can see through it, then it's transparent. Then if a student wants to have some type of tint to it, they can. It has to be free of any kind of graphics. Similar to the dress code, a discrete manufacturer label is allowed, but not any kind of graphic that you can see printed on it or anything like that. Anything that would obscure the vision through it. So that's why it has to be transparent.
And now, are students allowed to carry, I know many questions came up with lunch bags or additional bags. Are they allowed to carry any other bag, and do those bags have to be clear as well?
Sure, depending on the, so they are allowed to have a personal bag, as we call it. So students can have, in meeting the specifications that are stated in the policy, as the graphic indicates now. Now, and it's important to note, Renee, that any item on campus, anytime a student is on campus, they are subject to search if there's some suspicion that they may have something. But so the bags can be clear or not clear. The personal item bag doesn't have to be clear, but then as the graphic indicates there, for athletic bags or for band instruments, things like that, they don't have to be clear, but schools will have to develop a policy procedure for where they can store those bags throughout the day. And I might add, most schools already have policies in place for that now. So it's not really going to be a major change for that, or shouldn't be a major change for that. And regarding lunch boxes, within reason, the size it doesn't have to be clear, but yet again, process or procedure to have them stowed in an area where kids aren't walking around with them, and go from there.
And when the district was looking at making these changes, what did they evaluate and how did they decide to go about making these changes?
So we felt the need for the change as the high schoolers throughout the district can relate to, and in some cases maybe the junior high and middle schools, that when we implemented the use of metal detectors on an ongoing basis, we started recognizing that time was an issue of trying to make sure we're not infringing on instructional time, as well as when the students are, in most cases, students are standing outside, whether it be hot, whether it be cold, whether it be raining, like a day like today, and trying to minimize that exposure. So the thought was that if we had a clear bag, it would possibly speed up that process. Then we assess multiple districts throughout the state, and to including within our local area, Jefferson Parish, for example, as well as Lafayette Parish, St. Mary Parish. Those school systems have the clear bag process in play and have been in play for at least a couple of years. And reviewing their policies and reviewing things, some of our staff have reached out to their districts and get some feedback from them on how it's used. And so then that's where our bag policy came from.
And with these new policies going into effect, will students still have to go through metal detectors daily?
Yes, I don't foresee, unfortunately, because some of these safety precautions that we're taking now. For example, when we were in school, we didn't ever even thought of or heard of having metal detectors in play, and unfortunately, due to the times that we're living in, I don't foresee those issues being done away with. And
do we have any other changes to the uniform policy or any other similar policies for the upcoming school year?
As of now, no. We met to go back to as to where as well. So the community participates in we have a discipline review committee that looks at district policy. And so that is with faculty, with administrators, parents. And so nothing was brought outside of this. Nothing was brought that would result in a change at this time.
And I know before the show we kind of briefly talked, we also are going to have a new security coordinator position. Can you tell us about that position?
Yes. So talking with Mr. Ogeron and Mr. Butler, who also works in our office. So one of the things about it is that Mr. Butler and myself are the only two that work in our office. And we work with, obviously, school staffs and school administrators and faculties to try to keep our schools as safe as possible, but as inviting as possible as well. And so that's a hard balance to have. But as well is bringing in the expertise that to where it's not relying on us when we're pulled in multiple directions. The school security coordinator is coming in with the expectation of having an extensive law enforcement background and possibly military background as well. It'll be considered. But as a prior service guy, there's a lot of MOSs or jobs out there that the military offers. So if there's a right fit for that, then they'll bring in an expertise or expert level of information that can help us keep our campuses safe and maybe more frequently be able to review those things to where it can give more updated recommendations.
All right. Well, I want to thank you for joining us tonight and giving us the information on the updated policy. I would like to thank you, our viewers, for watching. Don't forget to join us every week on Going Public. Good night.
Located at 5004 Imperial Drive in Houma, April and Iris is a must-see for those looking for exquisite home decor and gifts. Owned by April Boudreau, along with her talented design team, there is no lack of detail to enhance your shopping experience. April and Iris has all your decor needs.
Come in today and let us help you complete your design vision. It's what we do.
April and Iris, Homa's newest home interior and gift store, where decor and inspiration meet and fulfill all your design needs.
Sea Level Construction is a heavy civil contractor that provides turnkey services for the industrial and marine industries. From building large-scale infrastructure to installing the foundation for expansion projects, Sea Level and its family of companies offer a wide range of capabilities including driven piles, drill deep foundations, structural fabrication, structural concrete, marine construction, barge maintenance and repair, site work development, heavy equipment repair services, and electrical services. Call Sea Level Construction to set the foundations for your next big project.